Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Mom's View. We've got a full house today. A lot going on.
Very full house.
We've got Carlie, Katilette, Angel, Kayli, me, and there's 3 other little people here too. Can you spot them? They're so cute.
Can you spot them?
We decided to streamline things a little bit, so we're going to be doing every Mom's View episode Thursday at 10 a.m. So you guys don't have to wait till 2 anymore. How excited are you about that? I'm really excited about that. Yeah. Yeah. So, as you can see, Kayli and I are still pregnant.
Finally.
Yes, we finally released these little babies from their homes.
Yes.
Mine got evicted.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
He's like,
Okay, time's up.
Yeah, he's like, you're coming out now. How have you guys been? How are you?
I mean, we're adjusting well.
Yeah.
I think I haven't really moved much from one spot in my house. Casey got me a chair for my birthday.
Nice.
And I just sit in there all day long and stare at him.
Yes. How was your birthday? I know he was like an early birthday gift for you.
Yeah, he was, and it was the best because
Yeah.
I turned 30.
I know. Happy birthday. That's a big one.
It's a big one.
30.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm going with. And I actually was excited about turning 30. I've dreaded it. I dreaded it all through my 20s. I didn't want to be 30. Every time I had a birthday, I was like, I'm so close to 30. And then when I turned 30, I was like, I really am just happy with my life and where it's at. And so,
And you got this little birthday
and I
gift.
got this little birthday gift. So it's good.
Yeah.
Keep
It was
smiling.
good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank good.
Yeah. It was an exciting 2 weeks because I had him, then it was my birthday, and then it was Mother's Day.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
So,
amazing.
yeah, it was fun.
Oh, that's
A lot of fun
good.
things happening.
Angel,
What?
how are you? Where's your baby?
Well,
I know, we
Lost.
missed the memo. Bring your baby.
yes, I know. I was like, I feel like something. I should have brought my purse at least, something just to have in my
I
lap.
got a new lipstick.
Life is good. Life is really good. Doing a Momscape.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that show. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So that's my baby right
Yeah,
now.
cool.
She's 2 episodes in.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Got 10 more to go. And that's about it. Enjoying my summer, being out of school. Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. You have so much going on all the time.
I know, so it's nice.
Little
Just
break.
a little. So now it's just vlogging and cleaning my house. Those are the 2 things I'm focused on right now, which is really good.
Cleaning the house is like,
Yeah.
how long have we neglected this?
Really. I'm like, why do I still have this? You know, let me throw this away. So yeah, no, those are the 2 things I'm doing this summer, and I'm actually very excited that those are my 2 things. And I got a new car, so that's my baby.
I love it.
Saw
Don't
that
you
on
love
your
a Kia? I have a Kia
Instagram.
too.
Yes,
My
boom. My hubby
Did you-
surprised me.
I was just going to say, did you really have no idea?
No, he had to tell me some things because I had to give him permission to sell my car.
Oh,
He was like, but you're the only person not embarrassed by your Corolla. Everyone else is. I was like, yes, I'm
Corollas are
vlogging.
reliable.
They are. But like my steering wheel when I'm vlogging is in it and it's looked chewed up by rats or whatever. So I'm glad I have a new car. It's so cute. It's such a sweet gift. Yeah.
It's a good mom.
Job.
Yeah.
How are you, Colette? You look
Doing really
beautiful.
good.
Your skin looks amazing.
Yes. As
Always.
always.
Yeah.
She's like Benjamin Button. She just gets younger.
Button.
And skinnier with every kid.
Yeah.
Once
Totally
the
Brad
same
Pitt over here. Yeah, we've just been busy, and I always busy. That house
You guys
cleaning
are
was what got me. I was
so
like,
busy.
yes,
Yeah.
I really need to clean my house, as you've probably seen on the vlogs if you watch them. But
You
yeah,
have a lot of bodies in your house.
Yeah.
very
I
busy.
don't, now that I have one little teeny child, I'm like, wow, Colette, I bow to you in a whole new way. Like, oh my God.
Well, newborns definitely have more challenges.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
laundry. Are you
challenges? Yes.
dying? Laundry.
Do you poop on everything? Carlie, you look amazing as usual.
Thank you.
Duh.
That's
Love the
nice.
lipstick.
I have
What
no,
is it?
Thank you. Well,
Is it
Brotart's holding it for me. It's Two-Faced.
fabulous?
It's a pink
She's like,
stick.
give that back.
Okay,
Thank
thank
He's like, it's my toy. Thank you.
I have no baby, but I'm doing good. Cooper's out of school.
Oh,
And
fun.
he just started flag football and baseball, so we're
nice.
really busy in the summer. Hopefully go fishing, do the Idaho stuff.
Are you going to coach one of those teams too?
I just tapped out for football. I think I might get too competitive. Soccer, I didn't care because I didn't know anything. I'm like, kick that ball. But we did go undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
Whole year. Yeah, undefeated. And Cooper
job.
made like 20 goals the whole year.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, David Beckham, what? But yeah, I don't have anything too exciting. Just I'm going to New Zealand. I'm going to be devirginized.
Nothing
Going out of the U.S.
Oh,
For the first time, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it, are you going with your honey bunny?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Steve and
you guys
I
are
are,
gonna
he has
have
this
so
big
much
thing
fun.
going on for like the whey farms of protein. I don't know. I'm going to be bored, I'm sure. But we're going out of the country.
I'm
so
so
fun.
excited
That's
for you.
amazing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Will
I'm
you have
really, really
time
excited.
to like go out and explore things?
I think so. We're gonna go to like the whey farms. I didn't know this. It's like there's different kinds of proteins. There's like casein, and anyways, they have like a whole farm dedicated to protein. Steve's gonna be in heaven. He's like,
Just smell
But we
the
get to meet
protein.
like the makers of it all, and so
Oh,
I'm
that'll be
excited.
so
Yeah,
fun.
it'll be
I'm
beautiful.
really excited for you to go out of the country. I can't wait
Lots
to
of
hear about your
selfies.
experience.
Just like the Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So what you been up to?
Yeah, just
Oh,
your
nothing
baby.
new, just the usual.
Being so good.
Feeling good. Yeah, feeling really good. Kaylee and I have our Tale of Two Bumps is going to continue to a Tale of Two Mommies. Or wait, not a Tale of Two
trace.
Mommies, a Tale of Mommy and Me, or something along those lines. It's going to be called Mommy and Me, and we'll keep talking about our little boys and what's going on with us. But yeah, I feel good. I feel I feel okay. Michael's been super helpful, and
He better.
I mean, obviously, he's such a helpful person, and my mommy's here helping me, and yeah, it's been good. I mean, I feel like I should say like, oh, I'm so tired, or things are awful, or something like that, but in reality, like, I think we've got a pretty good handle on things, I hope so.
Finally having.
I
a baby
hope so.
is
Yeah,
probably
he's a
nice.
sweetie.
Yeah.
I talk in a baby voice now, and I just can't help it.
You know what's so
It's
funny?
one of your new voices. You've got several.
The other day I was changing Winston and Gage, and we were talking to him, me and Gage said, "Why did we talk to the baby like this?" I said, "I don't know." And I said, "You don't have to." And he said, "But I want to." I know, you just want to.
I just can't
Just
help
comes
it when I
out.
talk to her. He's
Well,
like that
motherhood
like this.
looks good on you, Sharzi. It looks very good on
I
you.
feel very good. I feel like I've waited my whole life to meet my little baby, and here he is.
Yeah.
And he's perfect. He's peeling a lot, like a little snake.
Oh, it's all right.
I mean, those eyelashes.
I know,
I wish
right?
everyone
Michael's
could just
lashes
see
are
those
like
eyelashes.
to here.
They're
So
amazing.
yeah. Yes, Smush. Yeah. So that's what's going on. So actually, we have a fun little clip of our birth videos that we're going to share with you guys. So take a look in case you missed it.
There's a baby right on the other side of that curtain.
Baby out, now we're dancing. All right.
Gave it all we could with the water birth and the birthing center, but at some point we just had to say, okay, this baby is getting evicted.
You feeling okay, hon? How do you feel, hon? You're on. Yeah? There's something on your shoulder. It's a little monster.
Daxton had another appearance, so he had to go.
He's very busy. Time
He's
schedules,
getting
like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so that was a bit of our births. They were mine didn't go as I planned. No, it sure didn't. It was definitely definitely didn't go as planned. But you know what? I had a choice. I could either be negative and think about all the ways that it didn't go my way, or I could choose to be positive and just focus on the fact that I have a perfect little baby boy here.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm so happy with
Right.
everything at the end of the day, but it was a rough ride. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. Just the waiting for 2 weeks, like that is so excruciating, not only physically, but just every day being so anxious. Like, are you gonna come today? I don't feel anything. Was that a contraction? What should I do now? And when I say I tried everything.
I know.
Like,
I felt guilty at looking at your Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
She hasn't had it. Nothing's up. Like,
Yes.
and I didn't feel anything. No, I sure didn't feel anything. No, I didn't. You were too comfortable. Like, we did this thing, I mean, we put a balloon thing in there, like when it was coming towards the end of the 2 weeks, and I really didn't want to go over 2 weeks. You know, I was like, I didn't want to go over my due date, because I feel like that starts to get dangerous, and that's what everybody says. And I was like, okay, oh smush, what is it?
Can I please finish? This is our personal business that you're putting out in the street.
Don't be mad at me, Mom.
I'm not mad at you.
It was so nice in there.
I'm not mad at you, Smush.
And
Did I say
furniture.
carpeting? Yeah.
It was a luxury apartment.
It was so big. That was rough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that part. That was just, and you know, more stretch marks would come every day. I would look at myself and just cry, and it was, and you know, my joints were getting super achy. My wrists actually still hurt. I don't know when that's gonna go away. Do your wrists hurt? No. Lucky. Oh, smush.
Gymnastics when your wrists were hurting?
I know I'm like your
I don't know why my wrists were hurting. I think yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think it's because of like the way that I was sleeping. Like I would kind of hold my pillow at night, and maybe because I held them like this, they still hurt though, which is
Mine
weird.
did that too.
Okay.
I think it's just like you're tense, and I would do that too. At night. I would like hold it weird. Like I don't know, weird things happen.
I know.
Weird things
It's
are
totally
pregnant.
happen.
It's normal. Anything that happens, that's normal.
I know.
Your tooth fell out? Yeah.
That's normal.
Body's turning purple. That's normal.
Yeah, I know. So and then you know, just the birth itself was just. Well, are you gonna let me talk, or should I give you to Grandma? Should I give you to Grandma? So baby Idris had another appearance as well. He had to go hang out with Grandma. So we got the last baby
And then there was
stand-in.
one.
And
Let's
then
see
there
how
was
long.
one.
Let's see how long this guy
He's
lasts.
being such a good boy.
Well, he just ate.
Yeah, I know. I think
And a full
I'm.
belly.
Yeah.
It's good. He's like,
He's in milk wasted.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. But again, with the birth story, didn't go like I said as planned. But at the end of the day, I'm so obsessed with this little baby that's in my life now. So, yeah, you know, and I'm excited to hear some of your guys' birth stories because I don't think I know yours, and I've heard a few of yours, Katilette. I know with Avia, it was like, or with Emma. It was
Emmy.
It was a really good one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That was my best one for sure.
Because you were super fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Popped her right on out.
It totally makes a difference.
Yeah. All about it.
Good job.
Here we go.
Well, how was your experience?
this one was perfect.
Good.
I would say the other two were pretty rough. So we were really, really hoping that the third time was a charm, and it was so great.
That makes me happy.
We just did the planned C-section, and we really debated, you know.
Yeah.
I talked to you a lot about that. And we just decided to go with it. And I was laying on the table getting ready, and they tilted me to the side, and I just started feeling really sick. And I was like, why am I doing a C-section again? I shouldn't be doing this. And then they got started, and everything went really well. And Casey was there, obviously. And it just went really good. And when I got to watch Colette have Daxton, they put him right on her chest, and I remember thinking, I wish that I could do that. That's really why I wanted to have birth vaginally. And right before I had him, the nurse came over and said, do you want to do skin to skin as soon as he's born? I was like, I can do that? So I had him, or they got him out, and then they showed him to me, and it's hilarious. You have to watch it in the video, because he was like, and I can't remember that, so I'm so grateful for vlogging and that we captured that. And then they cleaned him up, and then they brought him over and put him on my chest and put blankets over us, and everything was just so great.
I swear we got the family text, and then like 2 hours later there was like a picture. I'm like, what? What just happened? Like that was so cool.
Right. There's definitely a benefit of having a planned C-section because you go in and get it done, and it just
Right.
it just
I was
happens.
so jealous that you knew when you were gonna have your baby.
Oh my gosh!
And I was just
No,
like,
as time went by, I was like, I am not having my baby before Sharzan. I am not. And I even told Casey, I was like, I should just wait. And he was like, you're being so dumb. And I was like, you can't have a baby before someone who's due 2 weeks before you.
I cannot believe that I went so far over. And my mom had the exact same experience with my brother.
way.
Yeah, like 2 weeks over with my brother, who was obviously the first. didn't dilate, long, you know, painful, uncomfortable labor, and then emergency C-section.
So
and
you had to do an emergency C-section?
You know, it wasn't to the point of emergency.
Okay, good.
Because we kept tweaking with like the going up with Pitocin, and then his heart rate would go down, and then you know, so it was this like little dance between, well, how much should we give, and then you know, my contractions weren't as strong, and this and that, and they were also rotating me like a chicken, and I had a huge like peanut exercise ball in between my legs. I had a gas mask on.
Yes.
I was just like, this is so awful. And you know, I didn't actually physically feel that uncomfortable because I had had an epidural at that point. You know, I was like, I'm done. I was in so much pain for the 48 hours before that. I was like, this is.
I think Pitocin really like pounds those contractions in, because like I was feeling fine until they gave me that Pitocin, and then I was like, what did you put in my body?
Yeah.
It like just speeds everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they make you bounce on the exercise ball?
No, they just had me like strapped in. They just rotated
Once
me.
they put the thing in the back, they're not gonna let you sit up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so weird how it's so different from like Idaho to California.
Oh,
you guys have had babies in Utah and Idaho and California. Is that like a big difference between the two?
It was a huge difference for us. Like they were just so it's much better here.
Really?
I mean, I hate to say that, but I just felt like they really catered to me.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you guys earlier, I had all these weird requests because I got sick when I had Gage from the medicine, and so I was telling the anesthesiologist, I think I need oxygen because I threw up after I had my baby, and he was like, we can put you on oxygen, but it's not gonna do anything.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, will you? And then he kept asking me, when do you want the oxygen?
Oh,
I was like,
that was
I feel
nice.
okay, but I just felt like they were more on top of things.
Probably because there's so many people in Idaho and Utah having.
I know, they're like, it's good.
They're like,
They're
you're
just
fine.
wheeling them in, wheeling them out. Like, hurry up, hurry up.
I mean, and I had a bad experience with both of them, so I don't think it's always that way. But
Right.
I just felt like they were much more catering and on top of things.
Yeah.
Because they charge you more.
Right.
Yeah, I
Now the
love
hospital
Cedars.
Yeah, I loved Cedars
I
too.
would definitely.
Y'all both had babies at Cedars.
and you did too.
Yep,
Yeah,
I did too.
yeah, your last one. Yeah, they were
Shoot.
so nice.
So now when I have a baby, I have to come back to California.
That's it.
Yes.
Somebody come back, please.
Casey said we could have another one if we could have it here because it was such a good experience. And Casey hates hospitals, so
Right. He was worried. Remember that Mom's You episode we had? He like kind of let the cat out of the bag, being like, I don't know if I want more kids because
Yeah.
the delivery experiences were so intense. And I was like, oh, I never thought of it for
yeah.
him.
Well, and if
Yeah.
you think about it, it's harder to watch someone who's like sick and going through like something bad than to actually be the person. So I was really hoping for a good experience, and he was so happy. And he was like,
hates
maybe
hospitals. Like,
yeah.
even when I was little, I would always get like cut up and banged and like stitches in case he would not be the one to go in the hospital.
He just
hated it.
hates it, and it was a good experience. And he did say, you know, maybe we could have another one if we had one here. But
Good, we can all get pregnant the next time all together.
yeah,
Okay,
we'll move back
teams?
to California.
Monty panels get knocked up together.
1, 2, 3, go! Yeah. Angel, what was your birth experience like?
You know, like yours, except for with not ending in a cesarean, it didn't go anywhere near as planned.
And you and I are planners, and we have goals. And
I
we
had
do what we're gonna
12
do.
sheets printed out for anyone who came into my room.
I
was like, I don't want an IV. I don't want that. And you know, Gloria had it out for me, Nurse Gloria. She didn't want me to go with my birth plan. Okay.
Oh no.
And
she intervened on that.
Yeah, she was like, whatever, girl, you're not having your baby this way. So by the time the doctor saw me in the morning, I didn't want my water broke, but he was like, whatever. But I'm glad he did because there was meconium, so my baby had already pooped in me. So he wanted to intensify everything and get it.
Be toxic.
Yeah, it can be toxic. You can get pneumonia coming out. A lot of things could go wrong. So I was like, okay, you can throw my birthing plan away. Whatever's going to get this baby out of me the healthiest. So he wanted to start me on Pitocin.
Oh, yeah.
I know so much about Pitocin. I was like, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to get somebody to stab me in my back, whatever, with whatever instrument to make sure I don't feel these, because my contractions were already really intense. So I was like, I don't want them to be artificially intense where I can't.
Right.
Especially since they weren't letting me get up.
Yeah.
And I only knew how to deal with contractions standing up. I didn't know how to do this laying down and deal with it. So I was losing my ever-loving mind.
Yeah.
So once they gave me that epidural, the anesthesiologist had on cologne, and I wanted to be like, why? Why would you do this to me?
Oh, was it a bad cologne too?
No, it's just I can't. When I am halfway nauseous, I can't take smells.
Right.
Yes, I was like, why did you douse yourself in Old Spice? I cannot.
Old Spice is not nice.
But once that happened, and because I had been awake for over 24 hours, I snored, so loud, and all they did was kept flipping me over like a pancake. And I was slowly dilating. They might have put a balloon. I have no telling what was up in
I know,
me.
right?
I didn't even care.
At that point, you don't even know what's right from left on your body. You're like, whatever orifice you need to get into, take it.
Can't feel anything. Just get in there. Yeah, you got a fist. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Get on up in there.
Kidding about
Go hunting. Go ahead. I don't care.
You
We're
gotta
talking
know.
about having babies. It gets TMI real quick.
Colette pinched my nipple when I was.
Oh, helps you
That's how
stimulate.
it stimulates.
Yeah.
Oh, I know all about it.
Get ready.
Yeah.
I said, look, whatever we got to do, you come over
Listen,
here
our
and
family
ring
is
them.
real close.
We love each other.
You guys have never pinched my nipples.
Come here.
Get it.
Cooper wouldn't latch on, and they were like sewing me up. I literally at that point was awake for 48 hours, and I was just like, what is going on?
What?
The doctors were down there. I had no top on. I was trying to hold the baby. He wouldn't latch on. So Colette was like, got in there and got it done. She's like, move over. Fixed him up, and I was like, thank you.
Oh, good for you, Colette.
She totally got in there and got it done.
Grab that nipple.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Get it in there.
Just get in there.
My doctor was getting ready to prep me for a cesarean, though.
Oh,
no.
Yes,
Really?
yes. And I was at, I was like a half a centimeter away from being ready. And he was just like, I don't think she's going to do it. But
Why
luckily,
they were prepping you then?
the doctors, that's what they know
Yeah.
how to do. They
Right,
know
right,
how
right.
to cut you open so you close. So he was just like, let me just do what I do. But luckily, my nurse was like, no, she can do it. Stalled him for like 20 some odd minutes, and then I dilated. Well, I dilated fully, so there was no reason to not let
That's
me.
so crazy. I feel like after
Push
you're in
the baby
labor
out.
that long, it's like, no, the baby's coming out this way.
Yeah, I'm
Because
like-
I've been in labor this long, I am not going to get cut open.
You were letting me push it out, and I pushed him out in
Yeah.
a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I understand. Like
Yeah.
I took Bradley classes for forever, so I knew every single piece. I made my husband sit and watch women
too.
give birth that
Yeah.
he didn't know
Yeah.
in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? So it looked real raunchy.
70s birth videos, yeah.
I was like, we don't get to experience that. But you know what? I felt like it went, because I didn't have the anguish that you had of the 2 weeks of having to wait. But I felt like for it not to go the way I wanted it to go, it was perfect.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, it definitely didn't go as planned, like I said, and it totally fine. But the nurses at the hospital, like, were so amazing and went above and beyond everything. Brought me apple juice, like, every hour on the hour. Like, just did everything to make me feel good. And I was like, well, this is a really nice experience, you know? Recovering with all these great people, and my family came. And, I was never against, like, a hospital birth or C-sections or anything. I just had heard all about these beautiful water birth experiences where a baby just swims out and into your arm, right? And I'm like, well, that's what I want. That sounds wonderful. Let me do that. Mia had that experience, of course.
Of course, I was about to say,
Amazing.
she's something else. She's like a fairy or something.
Yeah.
You can't listen to me.
And I'm like, well, these women have these great experiences, well, that's what I want. And, but I mean, it was great to be in the hospital, especially because little baby Idris went to the NICU and, all these other things. At the birthing center, they would have sent us home right after. And they wouldn't have necessarily been right there to teach me how to breastfeed. Like, we had lactation consultants coming all the time and all this extra help. So that was a huge benefit of being at the hospital. I felt like when we did finally take our little baby home, like, he had been checked for everything.
Well, and it's just nice to know there's a doctor right there.
Yeah.
If you need, if anything were to happen or you have a question, it's like the doctor's right there.
Yeah, so that was good.
So did you go into it thinking, because your mother had that experience, did you kind of maybe think, I better be ready just in case?
I tried so hard to push those thoughts out of my head. And I think they just kept creeping back every day that I would go over, and my mom would be like, well, I was late. And I would just be like, shut up! I don't want to hear it.
Right.
But he was born on my little sister's birthday, which I think is so sweet.
I bet she loved that.
Yeah, she was like, it's the greatest gift
It was
ever.
it was my due date.
I know.
so
I
funny?
know. It was your due date. I know. I remember thinking that. Yeah, it was May 4th was Kaylee's due date. I was like, this is too funny.
And
yeah.
that is Princess Tart's birthday too.
I know. That's sweet
That's
little
special.
face. I know. I love that day. It's also Audrey Hepburn's birthday.
Oh.
I know. Yeah. I know. I didn't either until people started saying that, and I was like, cool. I guess that's a Star Wars reference.
Yes, it is.
I haven't seen that movie.
Star Wars. Yes.
Anyway, so Carlie, what's your birth story?
Oh shoot. It was funny when you guys were talking about that. I remember I told my doctor I'd go 40 weeks, but I was all about the drugs from day one. I'm like, I don't care. Hit it twice while you're back there. Hit me again. Because my mom did, and she I was like, I'm just gonna do what my mom did because she knows best. So I'll just listen to what she did.
Totally.
So I didn't do any of the Lamaze. I read the books and everything, but I felt like growing up around babies, I wasn't like super stressed. I was only sick one day during my pregnancy. I just got really fat, and it's like, whatever, you're pregnant. But I told my doctor I'd go 40 weeks. I didn't want to be induced early because he asked if I wanted a cesarean or whatever. And I said, if I go, but I want to wait at least 40 weeks. After that, like, ain't nobody want to be pregnant longer than that. So I went in at 40 weeks, and I was dilated to like a 2 or a 3. And he said, okay, well, just call, and as soon as the hospital has room, you can come in and we'll start inducing you. And I felt like Mary at the end, like, I was calling like literally every 30 minutes. And they didn't have any room. So I remember my friend worked there. We were like texting, and Christina, you guys know Christina, she's like, we'll get anything done. So she finally got me a room. I got in, and 2 other girls were like being started that I was. And my night nurse, I remember her saying, if you haven't had this baby by the time I come back to my next shift, you're in big trouble. And I was there for 26 hours and still hadn't had him. So they gave me Pitocin, and then I was on the ball, and I was like bouncing and walking the stairs. I even went and ran the stairs, and nothing was working. And then I felt like all of a sudden he came in and he brought in this huge hook thing.
Like, what are you doing with that?
Where the heck are you sticking that?
Crochet needle.
And he goes, you know where this is going. And I was just like, all right, here we go. And he just, ups, breaks the water. And then I feel like it like happened pretty rapidly. Like my contractions kicked in right away. But I do feel like with the next one, whatever that is, that I want to like try to just let it happen, because I do feel like it sped everything up and like into this time frame, and so it was super intense. Like I remember my contractions were like, I knew it was gonna hurt, but that was pretty intense. Yeah. But then the worst part of everything was I was just exhausted. Like I was trying to like talk to the nurses, and I was like passing out when they were talking to me. So they gave me a shot in my hip, and it like hit my hip bone.
What was it?
It was a sleeping medicine. So she instead of putting it in my EV, she put it in my hip, and it hit my hip bones. And then she was like, sorry. So then she had to re-stick me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm gonna knock you out. And then like the medicine burned, but then that was the best thing ever, because then I slept and I woke up, and then I was like, okay. And then we started pushing.
Go time.
They did hand me this thing. I got sick because I had so much medicine and no food for like 2 days, and they gave me this like little. It looked like a little lima bean.
I know,
Yes, the little
They're like,
throw up thing.
yeah, they're like throw up in that. I'm like.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you throw up in this?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen a woman throw up? It's like, hold my hair, And then I was like, ugh. Trying to throw up in this little
I don't know how you able. I was using the bags that they let you put your dirty clothes in.
Really?
I was like, give me the bag.
I know when she handed that to me, I was way nice. I didn't cuss, which is not like me. I didn't call anybody. I kept telling everybody I loved them. I told my doctor, I was like, I love you. My mom was like, oh, Carlie. It wasn't a bad experience. I only got a couple stitches, and Cooper was healthy, but they whisked him away right away, and then I kept him the whole night. I never sent, and after that, I didn't send him back to the nursery. I was like, leave my baby alone.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I've noticed that with being induced as opposed to going natural, because I went natural with Emmy. She's the only one I went natural, or on my own, I guess.
Right. No, without the epidural.
Without Pitocin.
Oh,
but
without
being
induced.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Okay.
So I've noticed the contractions, like they come on smoother and more even, and like an even kill when it's natural, but the Pitocin makes them so much stronger.
Yeah.
Like piles up on
intense.
top of each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you guys watch the monitor when it was climbing? I was like, take that out of here, because
know,
you just
right?
it's just like a concert reminder. Like, I'm hurting you. This is gonna hurt. Just that little spike thing.
Get ready. I think that's the hardest part of being induced is the intensity of the contractions.
Right, and you can compare it now because you've been induced without. I feel like it wouldn't be as bad.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely more
There's
even.
hope.
When I went natural, it was like
Better.
When I was induced with Braylee, my contractions were so intense that I couldn't dilate. I was like, it like stopped me from dilating.
Your body was like, we're shutting down.
Yeah, my body was it was just so intense, and they had put a pill on my cervix too. And so it was just nonstop contractions that I think my body was just like, wah. And they wouldn't let me get up.
That's
Like, I
so
think
weird.
if-
Yeah, I gotta
they
take a
would've-
hot shower. That definitely helped me refocus. But I think a lot of people talk about having a baby, but there's really two sides. There's the labor side of it, and then the delivery.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like the laboring is the hard part. That's when your body's the
It's the
baby's
marathon part.
dropping,
It's the
you're
marathon part.
contracting, and you're it's girls, it's just bad cramps, but times a billion.
Yeah, mixed with diarrhea cramps too.
Oh,
Yeah, mixed with all the bad stuff.
Just,
Not to
all
scare
kinds of
anybody.
things.
And then there's the delivery, and that's a whole other part.
Yeah.
Colette, I feel like you've had pretty good experiences overall, though, right?
I think I go into them thinking anything could happen.
Which is, and you know what? I was channeling you so many times during my birth and pregnancy, and especially after, because you said something on one of the shows. You said, "Look at your body with love." And I'm telling you, I am trying to put love goggles on now. When I look at my body, I'm like, Colette says, "Look at my body with love." So that's what I'm gonna do when I look in the mirror. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
No, I
But
understand.
yeah,
Right,
it's
girl.
rough. But you had, and I think that's a great attitude that you go in with just an open mind, because
Right.
people like Angel and I that are planners,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go our way, then we're like, what
is
Yeah.
right?
But you had such a great attitude, and I was thinking about you.
Oh, thank
So, okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I don't remember what I was saying before.
You were saying
But-
you've gone in with an open mind, just your birth
yeah,
kit. Yeah.
just being open-minded and not having to have it go a certain way, because it won't
I know.
go a certain way.
Yes.
And you just have to know, the most important thing is that this baby comes out alive.
Yeah.
And
Healthy.
whatever happens to my body, happens to my body.
Yep.
We live in such a world of opinions.
Yeah.
Every woman has an opinion what's the best for your baby.
totally.
It's there's so many women that have had the epidural compared not to the epidural, compared to a water birth, compared to not. I think you have to you have a plan just in case, because it's good to know, be
Yeah, right.
knowledgeable, but also be very flexible, because you are not in charge of all of that, you know? And as much as you want to plan it out and have hopes that this is going to happen, you have to be able to be able to swing
quickly.
either way, no matter what's going to happen.
Totally.
And don't let people's opinions, I remember so many ladies being you're gonna drink that soda when you're pregnant, your baby's gonna grow another butt. You don't know what my baby's gonna do, you know?
Right.
I know there's health precautions, but just do what's best for you and your baby. And listen, I think that's the best time to get in tune with your own motherly intuition, because that's when I feel I really started feeling it for myself, oh, okay. I know what's going on inside of there.
Yeah.
And afterwards, you have to be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying real hard. I am.
You know, not only are your body just went through this traumatic thing, but now your hormones are changing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your uterus is still big, and everything's going back to normal, and you just feel like you're forever gonna be in this
Yeah.
state. But you're not.
She's had 5.
I know, and you look so beautiful, Colette. You truly are such a great example.
Your guts
of
are
a
still
mommy.
not in their right home.
My guts are going this way, and
yeah.
that way.
C-sections are different.
Yeah.
C-sections take longer.
Totally.
And I think no matter how many times you have a baby, because I went into this one thinking, it's okay, I know, my body's going to be different. And then after I had him, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh no.
You know,
No
I saw
matter
a
how many
picture.
times.
I saw a picture the other day that had a mom, and it was a black and white picture, and she had her hand right here, and her 2 kids' faces were right here, and they were holding her stomach, and it looked so sweet, because she was just stretched out, stretch marks, and I'm you know what? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at what we have created.
Right.
We just have to love our bodies no matter what.
I think
am
we take
a
it
firm believer.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
we take it personally, and then we start comparing ourselves. Well, there's that girl in that bikini that her belly just went right tight, and it's you can't help what your body's going to do, because a
Right.
lot of it's genetics, and a lot of it's the growth of the baby and how rapid it happens, and you can't take it personally, you're a bad mom or you didn't do it right because your belly isn't back to where it should
Yeah.
be. It's going to change, and you're a woman now.
I also feel that's our culture is we're very judgmental
Yeah.
of our bodies. There's so much pressure to have perfect bodies, but they are perfect and they're beautiful, and look at what they've created.
I know. It's
Perfect.
Shazad, I know where
Yes.
you were at, okay? I
Yeah.
just remember those days, and I went back and looked at some pictures and was that's why I didn't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I realized, it just is going to take it took a while. It took me about a year and a half, and I'm not talking about weight loss, but just to feel like my body was my body. I knew what it was doing. I wasn't feeling things and being what is
Especially
that?
if you're nursing.
Right.
It's you're still
I'm still someone else's.
Yeah.
I'm still
Right.
you have control over my boobs. They're not even mine. So
I don't
mean,
even own them.
So I get where mentally where you are. When I remember after having him and being I still look 6 months pregnant. In the hospital, I was I still look like I have a baby in my stomach. What is this happening to me? So understand it's because our bodies are something that they weren't before. So it's like hard to be like, is this my body?
Yeah.
Is this what it is? So I know exactly where your mind is right now of like, yep. This is what
I have, like, you know those dressing room lights in like Nordstrom that are just so harsh and evil, and no one should ever have lights like that. But those lights are in my bathroom, so they show like everything.
Those are the worst lights.
And I'll look in the mirror and I'll just be like, oh my god. And you know, I don't know, when you get out of the shower, your body, like, it's just more splotchy, especially if you take a hot shower. And I look at myself, I'm like, oh my god. And then I'll just look to the left and I'll see my little baby. And I'll be like, okay, it's okay, because he's so cute. I miss him already. Yeah.
I don't know why dressing rooms do that. If they want to sell more clothes, it's like, get some good lighting in here.
So true.
But it's kind of like Sephora with their lighting for makeup. You're just like, what color is this on me?
Right, and then you go home and you're like,
green.
I swear I bought red, but this is blue.
I know.
What is going on?
Nowhere else in the world is lit like that. So why is your store lit like that? I just don't understand it.
But come on,
Your bathroom should not be.
I know my bathroom is like, it's like neon fluorescent evil lights. Where I'm like,
But you look good, Shaytards. You really do.
thanks.
Yeah.
I feel good. I do. I really truly feel good.
I think I had to tell myself, it took 9 months because I was like, oh, I'm going to get right back into it. And I remember my first run, I felt like literal pain, like stinging on the inside. And I had to remind myself, it took 9 months to get there.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit to get back.
Totally.
And like, be gentle on your body because you can injure yourself and you don't want to
Do all that
rip
craziness.
anything more that's already been ripped.
I know, right?
Yeah. What I was going to ask you though is, you remember me and you were talking about we need to do a collaboration, right? And you were like, "Well, I'll do it in May after I have your baby." Are you glad?
feeling?
Yeah. Are you glad that we're not doing that now?
Well, he was supposed to come in April, and I learned so many lessons in motherhood. I will say right away, my baby has taught me so many things. One, to not plan too many things ever again, because we planned a trip to Florida that we were supposed to go to, and I was like, well, gotta push that back, because I was so sure he was gonna be here on April 20th, because I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
No, you were just like, this is when you're
My
supposed to be
baby's
here.
gonna be here on time. No, he proved me wrong, and he's taught me lots of things. And I feel like my nipples are leaking right now.
Because he's making
Exactly. Did you? That is
He's
something I
triggered.
learned. That your babies, when you hear babies cry or
Stimulates
whatever,
you. Yeah.
you just leak like a faucet.
It's a mental mind body. It's so weird.
It's amazing.
So
Our
it's
bodies
amazing
are
is what it is.
amazing.
It's amazing.
I remember after Cooper, I was trying to like not wean him off, but he had just kind of had stopped. I'd be around other babies, and I'd be like, I'm not even feeding anybody. Why are you thinking you can do that right now? Like that tingling, you feel it, and you're just like, stop it.
It's interesting because like if I have to pump and my baby's asleep or something, like I'm sitting there, I'm like, you just feel like a milk cow. Like it's not cool. But if you just close your eyes and think about your baby, it helps.
Yeah,
Like,
it
the
gets the
milk
milk
just starts
stimulated,
flowing. I'm like,
yeah.
that is so weird.
Yeah.
You know what I did today for the first time? I pumped while doing my makeup.
That's awesome.
I was like, I am multitasking.
I have never done that before.
Yeah, I have one of those bras.
And you're burning calories. That's a plus. Sorry, just gonna throw that out there. We sacrifice so much. Let's look for the pluses.
No, I totally agree.
I remember the first time I pumped, I was so geeked because I got to see the milk for the first time, and I was like, I did that.
I know.
I did that.
Now we like it's like the little kid that first poops in the potty. Like I pooped. You're like I milked. Look at that.
The first time I pumped was at the hospital with Gage, and you know it sucks all of that in there.
yeah.
And I was like, what is happening? And then Casey walked in, and he was like, I was like, I don't know what is happening right now. And he's
Do
like,
they all
are
make
they
the
gonna
same
go back
noise?
to
Yes.
normal?
Yes.
Casey said that.
Yeah, and I was like,
think-
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
It makes us like.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know when my
Can it make
girlfriends
like
are
prettier
on the
noises,
phone.
like sparkling noises or
I know,
something?
right?
Should.
Just no noise would be nice.
You literally sound like a milk cow.
Yeah.
I'll hear that and I'll be like, Nina, are you pumping, girl? Yes.
Get it? Get it?
Casey went and got me a pump from the hospital, and it's a backpack, and he was like, then you can like put it on and you can pump.
Go to Albertsons and rest pump.
Turn it on. It was the cutest thing. He went with my dad, and they were like asking the ladies all these questions.
Oh, that's
and,
so cute.
That's
and
sweet.
so the lady told him, I used to put my backpack on and drive to work, and you get one of these bra things, and you can just hook everything up. So
California, when you're in your car for hours, that makes sense.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Casey got it all.
Do you guys have any advice for newborns?
Just love them.
Seriously, just stare at them.
That's my favorite thing to do.
I know,
And you
doesn't get any
should.
better.
Sometimes oh, he's smiling. Sometimes I feel guilty because I literally sit and just hold him all day and take pictures of him. Then I'm like, it's okay. This is not going to last long. He's not going to
Right.
just lay here for very long. Or let me just take pictures of him all day.
There's
So,
so many newborns.
yeah. They change
So
so fast.
We're just gonna say that is the most important thing. Is you have to not worry about the house, not worry about if you're ordered in pizza again.
Or bags of chocolate
Or
chip
bags
cookies.
of chocolate chip cookies. You just do it.
I would say kiss the baby every single time you pick him up or sit him down. Just gotta be. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sniff. I would smell my child like literally. I go.
Oh, I do
still do it
too.
now, even when he's funky. I'm like, let me just.
Even when he's funky.
I just want to smell you
For
in.
stinky feet, I don't even care. I'll smell.
I will not smell Gage's stinky feet.
You're like, them years are over.
His are bad.
But yes, just kiss and smell and take it all in. Because when they do change, it's just like I just can't even believe how big my child is. And I'm like, stop it, please.
Yeah.
So stop it. So yeah,
I like
just take
when
it
they
in.
take a nap to take a nap with them.
That's a great
Some people are like, no, that's when you get housework done. But then I feel like I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
Because then they sleep all the time anyway. Just strap them on and go do the dishes or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
take time to rest and don't feel guilty.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of daytime movies, which is not
girl.
something that I normally do. But I'm like,
Do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
It's
and
such a
staring
short
at-
time.
I know, staring at my baby is the funnest thing
You
in the
kind of
whole
just went through
world.
a tragic thing. Like, you deserve a good
Right?
month off.
Okay, good. I keep telling myself that. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to wear my jammies all day.
Yes. Yeah, let your goal list go for a little bit, Shardsy. Just
Yeah.
let it go for a teeny bit.
I think this little one is hungry. You guys, that is it. We got to feed those little baby boys. So join us next time, and you guys can always keep the combo going by using the hashtag TNB Talk. Thanks so much for watching, and we love you guys. Leave comments. Tell us how cute our babies are.
Yes.
We love it.
All right. Okay,
Bye.
thanks, guys. Bye.